my relentless love of Helena Bonham Carter completely overrides my frequent aversion to fantasy and mythological films. That being said, I watched Merlin, the 1998 TV show, and I really rather enjoyed it. This details Merlin, the wizard of course, in his story in the war against the Queen of Mab and his creation of Camelot. Now, while I'm very much aware of Merlin and I know a reasonable amount from that kind of legend, my knowledge isn't perfect. And I felt like I did learn quite a bit in this TV series, most of which I haven't retained, but when watching it there were things that I kind of googled along the way to get more information about. So if, like me, you only have the basics in your knowledge about the legend of Merlin, this will definitely add to it. If you're a diehard Merlin fan, maybe not so much, but it's got 7.1 out of 10 on IMDb, a very good rating. So it looks like it's done very well for itself. It won 4 Primetime Emmys, which is brilliant, and the cast is quite ridiculous. The cast is phenomenal. Obviously, we have Helena Bonham Carter, who's playing Morgan le Fay, absolutely gorgeous, such a beautiful character with some really amazing costumes and absolutely fantastic hair. I know that's not the best reason to enjoy a TV show, but I have to say it's a very strong one. Sam Neill is our Merlin. John Gielgud is in it. James Earl Jones, Miranda Richardson, Martin Short, Isabella Rossellini. Like, do I need to go on? That's an absolutely fantastic cast, and from my interpretations of a lot of these characters, everybody kind of fit their role. If you'd said to me before this, do you want to see Sam Neill playing Merlin? I probably would have said, what are you on about? But actually, when watching it, I think he does a really good job at Merlin, and I was really, really pleased with watching his performance. The narrative itself develops really well. I don't know how much creative license has... Can you take creative license with a legend, or is it just an extension of the legend if you change some things? I'm not really sure. But either way, I'm not sure how much of it sticks to the common legend, or if, certain liberties have been taken. But generally speaking, it seems like it makes a lot of sense, and the narrative develops nicely. The character reactions all feel relatively realistic. The costumes across the board are absolutely beautiful, not just HBC's. And the same goes for the set designs. It was filmed in Anglesey in Wales. I'm not entirely sure where. It was also filmed in Pembrokeshire and Snowdonia, but also it was filmed at Pinewood Studios. But if you know where any of those locations are in Wales, some of them would be very beautiful to visit because it's very scenic. The scenery is gorgeous. It's got a really nice soundtrack. The music's really lovely. There isn't anything about it I would fault. I probably wouldn't watch it again. Not all the way through. The entire thing is about 3 hours, each episode obviously being about an hour and 30 minutes. My math's letting me down there. But the time that I spent watching it, I did enjoy it. I will probably definitely seek out HBC's clips at some point and kind of re-experience Morgan le Fay as a character. Were I to ever want to write something about Merlin or do some more research about Merlin, this would be my first stop. Because I know I enjoyed it. I know I liked the narrative. I know that, generally speaking, it's a very good production. Obviously, if you're a big Merlin fan and you think that that's not a good idea and you think that it's factually incorrect, factually legendary incorrect, that's not even a word. Legendarily? I don't know. It's a word now. Please let me know. If you can think of another film about Merlin that you think is worth watching, I'm happy to take recommendations, even though it's not my forte or my favourite thing to kind of study or read about or watch about. I'm always open to new suggestions. But I was pretty pleased with Merlin, enjoyed it more than I expected. Obviously Helena Bonham Carter is perfect in everything she does, but all round it has the full package. I cannot complain.